What up, world? Welcome to another episode of Wrestling Life Rate and Review Show. This is the last rate and review show, just like the last time John Cena just wrestled. Ah, we'll get into that, man. I am the host, Brandon Janeau, like always, on all podcast platforms everywhere. Brandon Janeau Show. Brandon Janeau Show. Social media platforms, Instagram threads, Brandon Janeau. Oh, yeah, Brandon Janeau. Facebook, The Brandon Janeau Show. And of course, TikTok, Brandon Janeau Show. So go follow me on all the social media platforms. I would appreciate it if you did. Really, where you go to is the YouTube channel, man. Brandon Janeau Show YouTube channel. Subscribe, comment, like the shorts, like the vids. It's been a crazy 2025. I got at least two more episodes after this episode before we end this year off. Probably do one tomorrow, and then I got one to wrap up tomorrow night. And then I probably got one Monday or Tuesday. I'm gonna probably wrap it all up, and that'll be the end of the year for the BrandonJaneau Show for at least 2025. And yeah, and yeah, this is one of the last few wrestling lives. I got one more to do, and that'd be probably tomorrow with my top 10 matches of 2025. This card was great. Four matches, well, five if you count the surprise one with the Miz and Joe Hendry. But listen, I'm gonna be honest. All of these matches got 5 stars, so I'm not going to even sit here and do the usual. So I'm gonna just go from my least favorite 5 star match to my most favorite 5 star match, and that is Cody Rhodes versus Oba Femi. Again, it's 5 stars. It ended in a no disqualification because Drew McIntyre came out. Um, Here's the thing. I love this match. I thought this was going to be a great match. Uh, I've said this numerous times. You can feel it through a TV. For that man to walk on in that building tonight and be the man to walk in, and you can feel it. Like you can feel that he's the future. I've been saying this shit for fucking months. Excuse me. I've been saying this for fucking months now, bro. And tonight just proved what I've been saying, bro. Obafemi is what people think Braun Breaker is. He's what people think Braun Breaker is. You can feel he's different. You gotta do a lot of shit to make people care about Braun Breaker. Like he's gotta bark, he's gotta do all this other shit. Braun Breaker is, and listen, Braun is a good, character or whatever. But I don't feel that when I look at Braun. I don't feel that shit. I used to, which is crazy to say. I used to. I just think they pushing this fucking kid too hard. And I think that he's not going to live up to what you think that he's going to fucking be. Even if the machine pushes him straight to the top, he's never going to be what you think he's going to be. Oba comes in for 2 nights, Friday night SmackDown last night, and then tonight against Cody Rhodes tonight. And you can instantly tell this fucking dude is the future. Instantly. It don't take a rocket science. It don't take 20 fucking years. And instantly, you can feel this is different. This is different. You can feel it. You're like, yeah, this is different. This ain't something that WWE is generating. This is something that you know is long lasting, and he's gonna be there for a long damn time. It don't matter if he's a good guy or a bad guy. He is going to make them fucking money for years and years to come, since that's all WWE gives a fuck about nowadays. It's just money. It feels different. He walked out there tonight, bro. He was getting Goldberg trance. Like he was getting Goldberg. Oh, like it was like, whoa, this shit is different. Like, yo, this is a different caliber. You can tell right then and there. There's levels to this shit. Levels to this shit, man. There's levels to this shit. That is why I keep saying, Open's the future, bro. I don't give a shit what people say. You can tell me Brian. Oba on the microphone could cook Braun Breaker. In the ring, he's better than Braun at this moment. You can't give me this bullshit that Braun is some great. Bro, I am watching Oba This dude has already the potential, and he's only been wrestling for 3 years. 3 years. He's just as athletic, just as strong, and you care more about him than you probably do fucking Brian Breaker. This man's been on a. He's been on a. This man's had 2 main roster. He was in a crowd Monday, but he's had 2 main roster appearances, and already you can tell whenever they move him to the main roster, you better put a title on him immediately. I'm not saying you got to go straight WWE Championship. Fuck no. You can hold off on that. But if you put like the Intercontinental Championship or the U.S. title on him, I would be like, you know what? That makes sense. Because he started out with the North American Championship in NXT. It wasn't like he had the NXT title right away. You could give him the NXT title and let him do what he did in NXT. Just basically let him do what he did in NXT. Hold that bitch for like 300 some days, 600. I don't know how long the longest U.S. title reign is, but let him run that bitch for like 2 years. Let him hold it for 2 years and then put it on up and comer like a Javon Evans when he finally goes to the main roster. Like there's a situation there with Oba that I just feel like, man, you can run him for at least. Like I said, I don't know how long the longest U.S. title reign is in WWE, but if you put that bitch on Oba, he should hold it for at least 2 years. I know that sounds absolutely nuts, but however long the U.S. title reign is, let Oba hold that bitch for 2 years. And when you're finally ready to give him the title and let him be the man, it will not be a waste. It will not be a waste. This match ended in a DQ, which a lot of people are going to sit there and get mad. And everybody on social media was already mad. Oh, they were pissing. They was so mad. You should have let Oba beat him clean. There was never going to come a time where Cody was going to beat Oba clean or Oba was going to beat him clean. I said that shit last fucking week. Like, there's not going to come a time where Cody's going to beat Oba clean because they see too much in him. And they don't want to let Cody lose to Oba. And they're not going to let Oba beat Cody because Cody is the fucking champion right now. You cannot let a fucking NXT kid come in and just beat your champion. Like, that just don't make sense. I don't give a fuck how good Oba is. You can't make that make sense. Even if people on social media will love it. Fuck social media. They don't know shit. We gotta stop telling these niggas like they know shit. They don't know shit. They don't know shit. We gotta stop buying into these dumbasses. These niggas don't know shit. It was going in the DQ. Who the fuck didn't think that? Drew McIntyre was definitely coming out to screw Cody Rhodes. Who the fuck didn't think that? Who didn't see that coming? Like, who the fuck didn't see that coming? Even if Oba would have beat Cody, Drew was going to have a fucking factor in that decision regardless. So you split the baby, pretty much how WWE has been doing all fucking year. You split the baby. You don't have Oba lose. Technically he does lose because Drew attacked Cody. So technically he does lose, but he doesn't lose clean and he doesn't lose by submission or pin. You split the baby. Oba still looks good. Cody Rhodes looks still like he's the champion. He's the guy. And Drew McIntyre gets his revenge. Done. But we got to stop with this overly emotional shit. We got to stop this shit because y'all are making fucking fans of wrestling not fucking fans of this shit because y'all are so fucking overly emotional over the dumbest fucking thing because you know it's coming. I don't hear how you get emotional when you know the fucking ending is happening. That's like reading your favorite book. You know what the fuck the ending is. Why are you getting mad? Why are you getting emotional? Would I prefer Oba to just win? Yeah. Beat Cody? Yeah. But at the same time, I'm not stupid. I'm not fucking dumb. I know how this works. You were not going to let Oba beat Cody clean. That wasn't going to happen. And you was not going to let Cody beat Oba clean. So you had to figure something out. And they went with the standard WWE shit. We're just going to split the baby. We're going to just cause a DQ. Oba doesn't lose. Technically, he does lose, but he doesn't really lose. And Cody doesn't lose. And then Oba looks strong getting up and standing up to Drew McIntyre, who just screwed him up that match. And everybody in the building is screaming, run it back. Yeah. Everybody in the building like, run it back. Run it back. That's how you know you got a star. That's how you know you got something there. When Cody and Oba are both, when they're sitting there in the building screaming, "Run that bitch back!" 18,000 people screaming, "Run that bitch back!" Yeah, 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 yeah. You got something. Like I said, man, Oba is what y'all think. Oba is what y'all think Braun Breaker is, bro. I've been saying this shit for years, bro. Like for months now. I don't say years, months now. Braun Oba is what y'all think Braun Breaker is. I've seen enough of Oba to know, but Oba can do what y'all think Braun Breaker can. Oba is that guy. Oba's more of the future, and I've been saying this shit for years. Oba's more of the future than Braun Breaker is. Every time I see a post of Oba, I'm like, the real future is here. Because that's what the fuck he is. Stop telling me it's Braun and Dom. It's fucking Oba Femi and Javon Evans. And Leon Slater, if you didn't see him tonight. That is my first 5-star match. The only reason why it's a 5-star match because it was great up until the damn disqualification. It was great up until the damn disqualification. So yeah, my next 5-star match is John Cena versus Gunther. This is a 5-star match. This was your typical John Cena match. I don't know how to describe that. Like it was your typical John Cena match, man. Um, I'm gonna talk about the match. I'm gonna give John Cena his flowers at the end. But the match, it was a typical John Cena match. It was a lot of big move. It was the 5 moves of doom. It was everything. But you got to be a dumb motherfucker to not understand the value of having John Cena go over in this situation. And I know tradition is it's the last match. The veteran, the person that's leaving, is supposed to let the other, let the new guy, the one that everybody believes in, to, go over. But this was a reprimandum of what the fuck Triple H and WWE's booking has been all fucking year. Safe and motherfucking predictable. There are certain times when you call a fucking audible, bro. Earlier this week, they were saying, "Oh, John Cena and Gunther's going first," which I never believed. But if that was the truth, that would have been the dumbest fucking thing you could have done. I think they put it out there just to fuck with people. I don't think they really was going to have John Cena and Gunther go fucking first. That's stupid. But to have John Cena still lose this match, and listen, man, I am a Gunther fan. Don't get it twisted. I am a Gunther fan. I love that fucker. That motherfucker can wrestle. That son of a bitch can fucking wrestle. You can kiss my ass with that shit. I don't understand how you can't see that he's actually a fucking wrestler. And you don't. And again, in the Vince McMahon world of you niggas have been in the last 20 something years, Gunther does not fit what you perspective. You think Solo's great when this motherfucker can't wrestle work shit. You think Dom's great and that motherfucker can't wrestle work shit. But Gunther can fucking wrestle. I don't want to hear that shit. That motherfucker can wrestle. Maybe I'm different. Maybe I grew up in an era where I got a chance to actually watch wrestling. And there were characters and there were actually wrestlers. And there's a damn difference. And Gunther is not a fucking character. He's a fucking wrestler. And y'all don't like wrestling. Despite what you believe, you don't like wrestling. Y'all don't like wrestling. You like the name, but you don't like an actual physical wrestler. You don't like wrestling. You don't like Ilya Dragunovs and Sami Zayn's. You don't like them. You don't like actual fucking wrestlers. Because you have a problem with that for some apparent fucking reason. I don't understand that. But let it be a character like Logan Paul and you fucking love it. Oh God, Logan Paul is great. The reason why this match is second for me after all of this, man, is the ending. There's a there has to be somewhere in the back of the fucking mind of Triple H to say Safe and predictable is not gonna cut it. We might need to get John Cena this last win. I don't give a shit if John Cena said to his face, nah, Gunther should win. I don't care what John Cena said. You should win. This building is packed out for you. There is a time and a place where you can have John Cena lose. His last night in the fucking company, wrestling ever, you have him not only lose, you have him tap out. You have John Cena tap out. I am I am trying my hardest to understand the dumbass decision making of Triple H. This was stupid. I blame The Rock for his earlier shit. His heel turn was all Rock. This booking the last couple of months, last weeks, the Dime match, even though people say they love that match, I don't really know why. But the Dime match and now this, and this match was good. It was a great fucking match. It just, you don't do that. I don't give a shit what you believe. I don't care what John Cena said. John Cena, bro, you are winning. You're winning this match. I don't give a shit. You're not about to have us have a riot on our fucking hands. Are you stupid? No. You are winning this match. I am with the people in DC. Triple H should have never walked his ass out there. Like that shit was gonna come off sweet. They were rightfully right to boo that motherfucker out the building. What the fuck are you doing? That was just stupid. I don't understand the decision making now. Like the booking would Gunther didn't need to win. I'm trying to figure this out. Gunther did not need this win. What the was this his Brock moment? Was this his Brock moment? Is that what you're trying to prove? That this was his, well then if that was the case, you should never have fucking him fight Goldberg. Because if this was the moment that made Gunther, then you should have never had him fight Goldberg. That was fucking stupid. Goldberg can't fucking wrestle. But you had him fight Goldberg. If this was the moment to make him like the new Brock Lesnar, the new legend killer, he should have never fucking fought Goldberg. You should have just gave that shit to a random ass kid. Should have gave that shit to Braun Breaker. You gave him this win, and it made nothing make sense. Why the fuck would you have him win? I don't understand. Oh my! And I'm one of them that was like for a year on here saying Gunther needs to fight John Cena. This is obvious. This is kind of the obvious decision. Gunther needs to fight John Cena. Duh. And then everything leading up to this match, the whole match, it was great until the fucking ending. Bro, I don't. This is when fans turn WWE off. Y'all did it. Y'all fucking did it. All this great talent we saw tonight, and y'all killed your own fucking company with one decision. One move. Just John Cena, you're gonna tap out tonight. What? Nigga, what? There should have been a motherfucking audible somewhere. I don't care what you thought. There should have been a motherfucking audible somewhere. And if that is the case, you should have just had LA Knight win. You could have gave that tournament to LA Knight over Femi. It goes back to the tournament. Everything goes back to this tournament now. It's like, bruh, if this was the case, why the fuck would you have John Cena win the Intercontinental Championship to then drop it to Dime? Then to turn around and then have him lose his fucking last match. And he didn't just lose it. You made him tap out. Clean. The fuck are you doing? Like, I don't understand the decision making. I'm fucking flabbergasted. I'm trying. I'm trying to understand this. And this is how this is truly how you turn fans the fuck off. This is it. Congratulations. You fucking did it. All of this great talent we saw tonight. The first match ended in a dumbass DQ, which I knew it was going to happen, but it's just like, what are we doing? And then you have John Cena tap out. Bruh, the rest of this card, and then on top of that, if that was the first match, on the card tonight, and that happened, the fucking building would have fucking erupted and fucking turned into an insane asylum. You don't want to do that. Bro, you have dead shot at your own career. You dead shot at your own company. I don't know how you can do that. Y'all laughing like, ha, this is funny. No, bro. That is not a laughing fucking matter. People are really pissed the fuck off, bro. And that's not a good thing. I don't give a fuck how much money you made tonight. You just pissed off the actual fans of this fucking company, bro. And you can't get that back. I don't give a fuck how great these talents were tonight. The ending, I've said this numerous times, the ending is how people are going to remember this whole night. And you had John Cena tap the fuck out. You can't come back from that. I'm sorry. You just can't. I get it. But the way they were booing Triple H tonight, if you do not think that shit is serious, if Triple H don't look himself in the fucking mirror, bro, and actually believe that is real, that ain't some shit that you just, they just don't like the ending. No, nigga. This is a magnacosm of the entire fucking year of booking that you have had. Safe and fucking predictable. And it has fucking killed your stock as a booker. And then you do this tonight. You can't get that back. You broke the trust of the audience, bro. I get it. Legend in wrestling is the person that's leaving goes out on their back. 100. But that is fucking you. I don't give a and I love Gunther. You do not do that shit. The fact that you also made him tap out every fucking year to the same fucking just did that. Great match. Dumbass fucking ended. The booking sucks. This is Triple H. You do not take this and laugh at this shit. This is serious, bro. That ain't funny. You had an entire fucking building boo your ass. That ain't funny. That's not a joking matter. It's even worse when Vince came on the fucking screen and then cheering him. You lost your job, bro. You still there, but you lost the trust of the people, bro. You can't get that shit back. Like you can't get that shit back, bro. And it's been all year. It's like, bro, what are you doing? What are you doing? All year, this has been going on, and you just fucking dead, bro. 2026 needs to be a change somewhere in WWE. There needs to be a fucking change. If it's Triple H or it's Bruce Pritchard or it's whoever the fuck is running creative, they need to sit their ass down and actually have a real conversation with themselves and be honest with themselves. Is this the way we want to fucking continue to conduct business? Because if not, we need to change something. We had an entire building in the palm of our hands all night long. Didn't matter if somebody won or lost. All night long. Just for this moment. And that is how we ended this man's career. And then we came out. And there was nothing we could do. That building was done. That building was done with Triple H. I said this 2 weeks ago. That I said the booking in WWE is bad enough. You don't do no shit like this. You just single-handedly tipped the scales into everybody saying anybody but him. You single-handedly just did that shit, Triple H. Congratulations. You single-handedly just tipped the scales into everybody, even me, saying anybody but him. There is no way around this shit no more. I get it. History is John Cena's supposed to lose. But you don't do no shit like that, bro. In the moment now, even in the moment, it's just stupid. It's stupid. You don't do it. You don't do it. But the match was great. 5 stars. That was stupid. Woo shit. Okay. Okay, I got like two. Okay, I got like 2 5 stars. You gotta say like co-main events, like match of the night for me personally. Um, but I'm gonna do it like this. My next 5 star match is AJ Styles and Dragon Lee versus Javon Evans and Leon Slater. Excuse me. Again, it's 5 stars. I think AJ Styles fighting Leon Slater on TNA from there. I think him pinning Leon Slater will have a claim to technically go back to TNA for the X Division Championship, the belt that put him on the on the map. Put the title on the map. I mean, the man is literally Mr. X Division. Like it's clearly that's what he's. And again, they teased it also this Thursday where it was like, oh, you know, January 15th, we got to find you a person to fight. We're not just going to give you, you know, when Santina Morella was talking to Frankie Kazarian, he's like, oh, we got to find you somebody to fight for January 15th. And I think everybody's like, oh, he's going to fight. Frankie Kazarian's going to fight. Mike Santana's going to fight, you know, AJ Styles. I think it's going to be AJ versus Leon Slater. Now, what do you do on January 15th for the TNA World Championship? I have not a fucking clue. But I think AJ pinning Leon Slater opens the door up for that match to happen. As much as I would love to see Mike Santana and AJ Styles, I think they're going to run that back of AJ Styles and Mike Santana and Frankie Kazarian. I truly believe that. But this was great. Every match felt like a little short. Am I tripping? Every match felt a little short. It felt like they didn't want to give everybody too much, so they gave you just enough so you could sit there and say, "Oh, this is good," but I feel like it needs more. And it kind of feels like that's what it was. It was like a little bit like a very. It's like I give you enough to be like, "Ooh, this could happen. Like this should happen more." This match was great. I love the fact that Leon Slater, Javon Evans went out there and pretty much did what Leon Slater and Javon Evans can do, and that is just show y'all motherfuckers that they are high flying at his finest. To be 21 years old, bro, to be two 21-year-old kids and be the co-main event of John Cena's last night in wrestling against another GOAT in AJ Styles. And an incredible wrestler in Dragon Lee. For you to be the co-main event of that, and y'all showed out like y'all showed out, hey, bro. Hey, bro. Hey, bro. I've said it numerous times. Javon Evans is what y'all think Dominic Mysterio is. I'm never going to move off of this. Javon Evans is what y'all think Dominic Mysterio is. And Obafemi is what y'all think Braun Breaker is. Like these two dudes are just different. And Leon Slater, if this is true, that his contract comes up, I think next year. Man, I don't know if he leaves TNA at 21, 22 years old. I don't think he leaves it at 21, 22 years old. But you just got a chance to be on possibly the biggest stage of your career. I mean, literally the biggest stage of your career. And not only were you on that stage, you were the co-main event to a John Cena. and you wrestled one of your idols in AJ Styles. There is no way around that. Like, that is how I'm sorry to tell y'all, but that's how you woo a fucking person, man. That's how you woo someone. Like, look what you can do. Look what we can do with you. Holy shit. They ain't tampering. It's damn near close. I'm not like that's damn near close. Oh my god. I think Leon and AJ are gonna have the match at TNA's premiere on AMC. AJ Styles came back, and he came back interested in the X Division Championship. So I think it's gonna be AJ Styles and Leon Slater on the AMC premiere. Now, does Leon beat him? AJ pinned him tonight? It would make sense if he did it. If AJ didn't take the X Division Championship over Leon, and Leon could just take the dub in that, why not? Uh, yeah, and that could be an AJ call. Like, hey kid, you gotta win. You pinning me tonight. And my match of the night is Bailey versus Sol Ruka. I get his 5 stars. A little sloppy, a little choppy, but for the most part, man, this was the best one. I mean, outside of the John Cena Gunther, but the ending just was like, what the fuck? Outside of the Oba and Cody because of the ending disqualification. And it felt like the Leon Slater, Javon Evans, AJ Styles, and Dragon Lee match just ended in fucking. It just ended, you know, a little too soon. This felt like it gave enough time, and plus these two women were phenomenal in this match. I love the fact that they let Bailey be the one on this card and not, Becky or Charlotte. As much as I love them, but it was just Alexa. Bailey feels like she's the proper person to also, and she's also when you look at NXT women's division, if it wasn't for Bailey and Sasha Banks, Mercedes Moné, a lot of those women wouldn't do what they're doing in NXT. NXT is probably one of the best divisions, women's division in all of wrestling. And so for Sol Ruka to also get this opportunity over all of those women in the back in the NXT women's division, for it to be Sol Ruka, hell yeah. Like, it made sense. She got a chance to show off her ability, her talent, and immediately people are now falling in love with this woman. And that is a scary fucking sight because when you sit there and see how fucking athletic she is, and when she actually figures out the actual wrestling IQ of it all, because she's still trying to figure that shit out. Like, don't get it twisted. She's going to be wrestling for 3 years as well. She's going to be wrestling for 3 years. And she's already that athletic and that fucking, intelligent in the ring. But she moves off her she moves off her athleticism. When the actual wrestling IQ kicks in, that's a scary fucking sight. That's gonna be a scary fucking sight. Holy hell. But yeah, this was the best match. I loved everything about this match. It was the best match. Um, yeah, yeah. All in all, um, uh, that ending is just a sour taste. I gotta be honest, man. It's just a sour taste. You don't do no shit like that. I'm sorry. Like, I get the rule. I get what the wrestling rule is. It's just like, bro, you don't do no shit like that. You just sent everybody home with a bad taste in their mouth about WWE. And you already on thin fucking ice with these fans, Triple H. And you just pushed them the fuck overboard. Just push them overboard. I can't even blame them if they want your job now. If they literally are sitting there saying anybody but you, I understand it. Raw, SmackDown, everything has felt very formulaic. Everything. Nothing about this year has gone well for you as a booker. And there's nothing you can do about it. Nothing. Oh no, Saturday Night Main Event. All in all, it was great. I mean, Joe Hendry and The Miz also had an impromptu match, which I didn't give a fuck about. But Yeah. Um, John Cena. 22 years. 23 years. Lord have mercy. I remember the night you debuted. Um, I was at home. This was SmackDown was Thursday nights, not Friday nights. Yeah, I go back a long time. This was SmackDown was Thursday nights, not Friday nights, and it was on UPN. I just made everybody like, what the fuck is a UPN? It was on the UPN network. I remember Kurt Angle standing in the ring, and he used to do these challenges, and he used to just call anybody that wanted to fight the best wrestler in the business right now, which was Kurt Angle, the GOAT. And John Cena comes out, and it was literally, I think, a week. The Monday, that Monday was when Vince McMahon came out. Was like, I want to see ruthless aggression. And people forget John Cena was the last of the OVW. Well, technically not, because Shelton Benjamin kind of was. But John Cena was the last of the four of the OVW that we remember. Brock Lesnar, Batista, Randy Orton. John Cena was the last one. Batista was already on TV as the Deacon, being, coming out with the collection plate for Devon Dudley. You had you had you had Randy Orton was already on TV, being cast as the second, third generation superstar. And then you had Brock Lesnar, who also, you had Brock Lesnar, who I think either had already won the King of the Ring or was in the King of the Ring already and was about to fight The Rock for the WWE Championship. Like, John Cena was the last one, right, of that OVW class that we rave so much about. Not technically, because Shelton Benjamin kind of came after him, but who made really the impact on, wrestling, right? And I'm saying Shelton Benjamin didn't, but, this whole night was centered around John Cena. And despite how I feel about the ending, it doesn't take away from the fact that this is John Cena's last night. And to watch that man leave his shoes and his wristbands in the ring with everybody surrounding him, um, one bad ending is not going to change the facts that this man has been in our lives for 23 years. I was 8 years old when John Cena debuted. I was 8. I'm about to be 32 in January. I have literally watched this man's career through the good, through the bad. I mean, I literally watched this man's career from the good to the bad. I mean, when WWE was at its highest and when WWE was fucking not. When I would be in school talking about wrestling and people be like, you still watch wrestling, nigga? Like, what the fuck? I had to spin a US title. I wanted to spin a WWE championship. Everything about that, man. Like, I grew up watching John Cena. This is crazy to sit here today and be like, no, man, this is the end. I don't even know how to properly end this. John Cena is my generation's Austin, Rock, Hogan, Sting, Macho Man, Ultimate Warrior, Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels. John Cena is that. To these new kids, it's Roman, but to me, it's John Cena. There is never going to be another guy that came into the business and single handedly changed it like he did. Even when wrestling wasn't cool, John Cena was. John Cena made wrestling watchable, livable for a good stretch of time. And even when y'all didn't like him, because let's not forget, There was a time where you niggas hated John Cena for some apparent fucking reason. Don't know why. But it goes into the mindset of what I just said. Y'all don't like wrestling. Y'all like entertainers. And John Cena was a sports entertainer. Don't get it twisted. But it didn't take away from when he did give you matches, you couldn't deny it. I saw on Facebook they had ranked his greatest matches, and I think the three matches was AJ Styles at SummerSlam, Umaga at Royal Rumble, Daniel Bryan at SummerSlam. And I said, that's pretty close to mine. It's pretty close to mine. I would personally put, and I love the Umaga match, but that match between him and CM Punk at Raw in 2013 is one of the greatest TV matches I've ever seen. That match between him and Kevin Owens at Elimination Chamber is one of the greatest debut matches that you could have ever asked for Kevin Owens. That match between him and Shawn Michaels on Monday Night Raw in 2007 is what wrestling's about. Like, you watch that for an hour and don't get bored. You tell me if that's a match that you wouldn't watch ever. Like, there are certain matches, him and Edge for the TLC match in Canada. Fucking fantastic. AJ Styles and him at Royal Rumble in 2017 is one of the best fucking matches you'll ever see. The man was putting on classic fucking matches even at the end of his career. Tonight was a great fucking match. We grew up watching this guy too. He used to come out in different type of color shorts because of the city he was in. To then transform into the Doctor of Thugonomics and rapping and freestyling. And when he went one-on-one with The Undertaker over old school versus new school, and then watching the Doctor of Thugonomics go from being the heel to the good guy. Giving Carlito the title on his first night in the company. Becoming the WWE champion at WrestleMania 21. And then cementing his career even more as the years will continue. There's a time and a place for people to say goodbye, right? Like, there's a time and a place. John felt like it was his time, and it was his place, right? To say, all right, I'm done, I'm out, you can have it. Doesn't change the facts that man has impacted a lot of our lives. If you are a wrestling fan from 2002 to now, you grew up watching John Cena. We knew eventually it was going to happen, that he's going to retire. AJ's not saying he's done. Brock could be done next year. Chris Jericho could be done next year. Randy Orton is probably not that far behind. Miz is probably not that far behind. I can see R-Truth after this deal's up. He's done after this year. Rey Mysterio is not that far behind. Our childhood, our generation of guys that grew up when late 90s, early 2000s, our generation is gone, ladies and gentlemen. It is gone. It is no more. Batista's been gone for a long time. Our generation is gone, man. The generation we grew up with is gone in wrestling. And that is why I think it's hard for this new generation to kind of get going, because there will be no John Cena that's going to come up out of nowhere. There's not another John Cena. There's not another Randy Orton. There's not another Brock Lesnar. There's not another Batista. There's not another one of those guys. John Cena was one of a kind because he came out of nowhere. Brock was always supposed to be Brock. People forget that shit. Brock Lesnar was always supposed to be Brock Lesnar. Randy Orton was always the third generation, the second, third generation superstar in WWE's history. That was just facts. Batista was actually already being considered one of the guys before he even got to the main roster because he already had wrestled so much in the OVW against The Undertaker and all these other people. So Batista was already being put into good company. John Cena was the one that nobody really knew what the fuck would happen if he actually became the guy. In a time period where The Rock and Stone Cold and all them were leaving and Chris Jericho then left and John Cena was the constant, no matter what. Edge had to retire. You had to bring in CM Punk. You had to bring in Ed, you had to bring in Daniel Bryan. You had to all these pieces. Batista retired early. Randy Orton had his moments and his ups and downs. Brock Lesnar left for damn near 7 fucking years. Then he came back. John Cena was still there. You had new people coming in like the Randy Orton, like the Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins and John Moxley's, Kevin Owens, AJ Styles, even though AJ had been wrestling way longer than John had been at that moment. But AJ Styles and all these other people, John Cena was the constant. So what happens when the constant isn't constant anymore? What happens when that's gone? And that is something that a lot of people don't understand. As much as I get that y'all love Roman Reigns, Roman would never be John Cena. In my eyes, he would never be John Cena. John Cena was there day in and day out. And yes, I get it, John. I get it. Roman has, actual illness, and I get that. But there is a point where John's consistency of being there for 10 fucking years, day in and day, fuck 10 years, damn near like 15 years, day in and day out, no matter this man literally tore his pectoral muscle, tore his pec. It came back in 4 months. That's fucking crazy. That's fucking crazy. That's tore his pec. Came back in 4 months. Won the Royal Rumble. That's fucking nuts. We never seen no shit like that. That's the difference. I love Cody. Cody ain't John. I love Roman. Roman ain't John. You want to say Brian Breaker? Brian ain't John either. None of these fucking dudes are gonna be John Cena. John Cena was different. John Cena was consistency. John Cena was loyalty to the WWE. He was hustle to the fans. And he respected the fucking actual company. He respected this thing called wrestling. Even when people told him he wasn't even a fucking wrestler. There's a difference. There's a reason for why people say John Cena's the GOAT. And I love Austin. And I love Rock. And what they done for the business, Hogan and Sting and all these other guys, Taker and Shawn and Brett and Owen and so many other wrestlers I've watched in my lifetime. But there's a difference. There's a massive fucking difference. John never changed who he was to fit what y'all wanted him to be. And it's crazy to say that. And even when he did it this year, to become a heel finally, the people weren't ready to give him that. They didn't want him to be a heel. Not at this time. You did it 10 years ago, yeah, maybe we would have received it better. To end his career, despite the fucking ending, but to end his career like tonight, I couldn't have asked for a better way to send that man out. The building loved him. Everything about this tonight was awesome. The ending of the match is what it is. That again goes into the dumbass booking of WWE. Triple H has to do something about that because that shit is. You're to the point now where I honestly can tell people, I'm with you. Get his ass out because this is stupid. There is somewhere that needs to be an audible. You cannot do that. John Cena should have went out victorious tonight. He should have. I'm sorry to say it. And then on top of it, you made him tap out. It just. And again, it builds back Gunther's submission, but it's just like, bro, you don't do no shit like that. For 23 years, We couldn't see you. For 23 years, you taught us hustle, loyalty, and respect. For last night, it is it. That is it. No more five knuckle shuffles. No more AAs. No more STFUs. No more you can't see me. No more. You don't even pump up the kicks no more, but you pumped up the kicks back in the day. Today we all say goodbye to our childhood, bro. And that is a little harder to believe now that it's happened than we wanted to admit. Our childhood is gone, man. John Cena has officially retired. And I don't know how to feel about it. I have no idea. This is why today was a very hard day for a lot of us. Because if you actually a real wrestling fan and you actually really grew up watching this, man, you knew what today was about to feel like. And then that match didn't help it, but you knew what it was. So for 23 years, for the last time, thank you, John Cena. Happy retirement, man. Tell you guys next year for wrestling. Well, I got one more wrestling life to do, and that's my top 10 wrestling matches of 2025. And that'd be probably tomorrow. I'll probably do that tomorrow because football is getting closer and closer to the end. So, um, but that is the last thing I would do for wrestling life is tomorrow, and that's my top 10 wrestling matches of 2025. That is it. Mr. Never Seen 17. Thank you for all of the memories, all of the matches, all of the rap battles, all of the chain gangs, all of the moments, man. I cannot thank you enough for that, man. For 23 years, you were the standard. You were the GOAT. You are the greatest. Thank you. And peace.